Hello everybody, Anagos Goss here, also Sketching Creations, and today we're back in the Stanley Apparel Ultra Deluxe. This time, I guess I go into the meeting room instead of the confusion ending, because there's a memo, I'm not sure if it's not going to respawn, so...
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I don't know if I'm going to have to restart a bunch of CS again, so just to be safe. Oh. Oh. Lighting is yellow. Oh. Trust the completionist instinct. Why wouldn't they just tell us something will happen? This investigation, this room, I feel pointless, to be honest. Weird spinning figures. Artist rendering. Employee 003. God, there's a lot going on here. I wonder if they wrote in an actual whiteboard and took a picture of it for these. Warehouse access plan. 1. Produce one plank to allow ease of access past fence. Yeah, I saw that. Construct bridge to allow collection of shiny float. Yeah. Retrieve Chris's remains from warehouse floor. Construct new structurally sound bridge. Well, does this show where they all are? There's the boss's office, I think. There's by the red and blue doors, but you can't have the bucket. Okay, noted. There's in the executive bathroom. There's one under the stairs. That's the warehouse. We need more planks. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. That's 5 locations, okay. I'll try to remember that. Now, place the search maintenance status. Number 1, inside of a sequel exhibit. Yeah, that was the first one. 2, a large room. Lots of boxes, got that. Stairs, something to do with stairs. It's stairs right ahead. Some places both red and blue, yeah. Nearby, a fireplace, the boss's office. A private but smelly place for an important person, yeah. Okay, that confirms it. Excuse me. This isn't gnome. It is some kind of game. There must be a point to this. LOL, it looks like 427. Haha, that's hideous. 5 there be. Just take it from me. Gotta collect them all. Pokemon. There will be reward for finding them all. Lies. Stop kidding yourselves. I want them so much. I want to go home. There will be cleaning of this wall required, yeah. Here's the realist. Lies. Who are you? 666 LOL. They changed all these textures. Now there's papers taped to this board. C drive clues, my clue.jpg. Where are they? Please do not leave the office before reporting back any new findings. Teamwork and communication are of great importance during this unprecedented time of investigation. Thank you. Help, I'm a post-it. That's probably part of the original texture. Why is there a picture of the whiteboard drawing in this room? It looks like it's a different part of the whiteboard, though. Okay, let's watch the presentation next. Before it resets. Maybe we are the collectibles. Shut the frick up! How can we find them? Bottom text. Nice meme. Nice meme, crows. Source of levitation. The disc. Well, we know. Small floating objects have appeared across the office. We have to synergize our resources to ensure their retrieval. There are many questions. There was no memo from management. Agenda. How can you tell if you've spotted one? What makes them float in the air? Who took these pictures of them? That third one's a good question. Fig leaves are hard to find. Follow clues employed by 416. We can do it. Red room. That's by the red, blue doors. Thank you. Good luck. What does this say? To whom it may concern, I managed to pick up sounds unusual to our regular office ambiances or local audio sources using an array of cardioid microphones, also known as directional mic. A microphone which pick up sound from a particular area. It's like the Outlast 2 camera. Analysis of the recordings allowed me to triangulate the source of the strange noise. Data shows that, in all likelihood, it's coming from a dark area behind a very warm place. So it's probably behind the fireplace in the boss's office in that one dark corner. I also picked up what looks to be reverberance off a porcelain service toilet. Anyone have any leads on this? Wouldn't you like to know? God, it's all set up. Get stuff stuck in my tongue, sorry. Is there just a new mug for the collecting committee? What does that say? Figurine Finders Committee. Well, I'm locked in this path now, so... Oh, the lighting went back to normal. It was more yellow in there.
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy? It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. Oh, no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons. But even
Most of me?
worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have it.
I see we haven't learned from the apartment ending. Can I place a bucket at all? Kind of curious now.
Okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all. Here we go.
Oh,
There. Now it's settled.
Nice.
No more debate, no more discussion. Take a hike, broom closet, with all your meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things.
Narrator, how did you even do that? Are you just clinging to my back? Alright then.
Alright, I've got a second sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate.
Ooh.
You see? I feel that it works because the sticker is also a bucket. That way, if you're ever unsure whether the thing you're holding is a bucket or not, you can look down at this sticker and say to yourself, "Oh, it's a bucket." There really is a wide variety of applications for this sticker.
How the hell did you place it on underneath the other sticker? Are you magic? Okay, I guess we're done with that then.
You know what? I could take the name-calling and the dismissal of your kinship with the bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us the silent treatment. And to be honest, I'm sick of the pettiness on display. You can stay here all you like, but I've had it with this impetulant room of cleaning supplies. Easily the most childish such room I've ever been in. I'll see you outside, and we can get on with the story about you and your bucket.
Jesus, just Kevin Brading shouting about buckets and broom closets. Alright then. You must have had fun doing all this. Hey, let's go get collectibles.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
1 minute, narrator. I got a collectible to get. Savor it.
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini stands? Stanley figs? Or what about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
Stanley, okay. I kind of want to see how the insanity ending goes with the bucket, though, so let's do that next.
but Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fined for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then, something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps.
Oh, no.
How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would come from this. Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket.
Where is it?
And indeed,
oh, God.
now he noticed that the rooms were repeating. Which
I'm freaking out, man. I'm freaking out.
He felt himself floating off the ground.
Oh, not again.
Oh, gracious, he exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him. Stanley! Stanley, it's me, the bucket. Could it truly be? He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next. None of them were his. None of them were his special bucket. Come to me, Stanley. Find me. He had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from.
Inside?
The real bucket was inside of him all along. It was incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out.
Oh, God. It's worse than heartburn.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of course he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
What? Okay, Mario. Jesus, this is wild. Oh, okay, I got the short route this time. Oh, and the bucket's here too. Nice. Stop looking at the mug. Get a short route today. Oh, the stickers are still on there.
A good bucket, a strong bucket, a humble bucket, a committed bucket, a bucket of culture and distinction.
I guess we're going to the confusion ending now.
Stanley clutched the bucket. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Indeed. So how much more confusing could this be than what we just witnessed?
And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Press the big button. We're going. We're gonna get confused. Maybe. Probably. Who am I kidding myself? Confusion is guaranteed.
Oh, good Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually.
What? Got the wife, got the baby cut out, got the broom closet, got the adventure line. It is an intervention. Oh, our computer's here too. Is that our mug too?
You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
My god, a moving vehicle in the Stanley Parable? Can I go in the broom closet? I can. The whole thing is here. Good lord. I never thought the broom closet would actually care about me. Dear God. This is a revelation right here. Hey honey, how's it going? Oh, it's got pictures. It's got the monitor room, the serious ending, 2 doors. It was a concern for us. Wait. That's just sprites on the metal grating. There is no wood in the fireplace. Okay. Moving vehicle, though. That's...
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
Oh boy, it's back. Adventure Line 2. Raw assets for Map 2. Engine import funk button. It's jokes how we've exported out of source. That's funny. Funk rotating funk button. I love it. Engine porting jokes. I appreciate it. Refactor base 6 small asset import. Raw assets only map. Funk rotating. God, that's deep. That's a deep cut there that only people who know source mapping would get. Oh, what is this? How an indie game studio became world leaders is newsletter writing. Okay.
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Broom closet
It's
line.
as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
Okay, narrator, I think you forgot to finish this room. Maybe that's the point. Referencing the blue door path, original. The depth texture room. God, it's weird to see Tool Skybox texture just visible like that. You don't see that very often. And the source, in fact, the source depth texture in general, because we're not in source anymore. How it goes. Ominous staircase. Where is this? Where are you leading us, line? Are we going to a bucket sacrificial altar for buckets next to the Department of Redundancy? Where are we? Oh, you turned off the light behind.
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
Oh god.
I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree? Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
Do I have to, narrator? I mean, you spent your good money on bringing him in.
It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the bucket destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of bucket destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the bucket destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the bucket destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and...
Oh my god. Are we dead now? Am I in heaven now? What?
The bucket destroyer. My prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
Rep, I guess. Goodbye, Bucket Destroyer. Maybe we'll see you again. Okay, and fade to black. Loading screen. Okay. Oh, the meeting's again today. Maybe I'll go back there last and feed it the bucket. That's the very last thing I do.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, okay, we're turning left today. That's another variant right there.
Ah, the embrace of an old friend. A weathered companionship that stands the test of time.
So where were the buckets again? So were there any back in the other route? Oh, I need to go, right, I need to go back to the red-blue room without the bucket. And I'll get one more ending in this side, and then I'll go back the other way. Let's see here. You have anything to say about this?
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers. If I did, you can guarantee we'd be in here for hours. But alas, no stickers.
You could, like, go to the store and print some more. I know Walgreens prints stuff. Do they print stickers? Maybe not, actually. Okay. We're going up to the boss's office with the bucket. There's some
Coming
figurines.
to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Alright, bathroom. Barton figurine, what do you got to say today? Give me that.
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley? What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
I like Stanlerine, it's unique. Yeah, that's okay, I've seen that quote before. Was this picture always here? Maybe it was. Okay. Right, into the boss's office then. I just locked the door myself. Can I open this? I can. Well, I can take the elevator with the bucket. I want to take the elevator. Or at least there were 3 portraits here before. Let's go up this time. Going up. Okay, I'm over it now. Alright, into the boss's office we go then. Wait, did I see? I think the light back there deloaded. There's some kind of brush thing going on over in the window there.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him, always. The bucket would. And he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
I remember that time. You see anything else though?
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless,
Guess
since he
not.
could but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him?
Maybe.
Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Indeed. There you are. Gimme.
You're getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the Figler and Marines. Very soon, you'll collect the last one, and then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it. We'll be different people by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them, and now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler and Marines. None of us can.
If you want to relive collectibles, why don't you just play Mario Galaxy? Anyways, let's see here. Will there be an elevator ending with the bucket? Let's see.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
You know, I'm not feeling it. Let's go back up.
Wait, Stanley said to the bucket. Can we go back up? When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3. I want to go back so I can try pressing the number 3 again. The bucket said nothing.
Yeah, see what you've been waiting for. Say 1, 2, and 4. Why does it keep turning me in weird directions?
Here we are, said Stanley. Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button. He took the bucket over to the keypad and began absolutely slamming on the number 3 over and over and over.
Let's do it.
Wow, he said. The number 3 is such a special button. I'm having the time of my life. Stanley looked expectantly at the bucket, but the bucket remained silent. This was a shock to Stanley, who had always felt such a connection with the bucket. How was this not as exciting to the bucket as it was to him? Once Stanley had had enough of the number 3, he got back in the elevator.
That just a Valve joke in that one. Is sticking a Valve joke. Nice. Can I leave? Nope, we're locked in. Alright. Let us keep going in this cycle of madness.
Perhaps the bucket had missed something. Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly.
Perhaps. Perhaps indeed. And back up.
No, said Stanley to the bucket. You can't go on yet. Not till you understand how much the number 3 means to me. You and I have been through so much together, and I just want you to see what I see. Feel the happiness I feel. He smiled at the bucket, and the bucket said nothing.
The bucket just needs to throw a lozenge. It's fine. What are these spawn directions? Is that a glitch or something? It doesn't feel right.
Here we go, said Stanley. This time I'll really show you. He ran to the number 3 and began to wail on it like a musician on a beloved instrument, weaving a concerto of truth and passion. He wielded the number 3 like a fine artist would wield a paintbrush. He told stories through the number 3, stories of his dreams and hopes and fears, and the whole time he looked to his bucket for a reaction of some kind. Anything to let him know that the bucket appreciated what he was doing. The bucket conveyed absolutely nothing at all, only silence. Crushed by a wave of dejection, Stanley returned to the elevator.
Okay, fine. Fine. It won't work today.
Stanley and the bucket were so close. They'd always been there for one another. Why suddenly could the bucket not connect with this passion of Stanley's? The question caused Stanley to ruminate the whole way down the elevator. He knew that there must be a way to get through to the bucket, to communicate fully with his dear friend. Surely there was a solution, mustn't there be?
Turn it into a robot. Have the bucket be the head. That way it can truly convey feelings. And back up. Monologue time?
Said Stanley. I know what to do. I know how to fully express this feeling in my heart. He decided right then and there that he would hold a press conference where he would speak to the public on all matters relating to pressing the number 3 over and over. He would elaborate fully on what the number 3 meant to him and why he felt so alive when pressing it. Then the bucket would be able to see his joy through the eyes of others. It would get to see the world react to this discovery of Stanley's. And it would be through the public eye that the bucket would finally understand Stanley's work.
Indeed. It's going to be an amazing conference.
He advertised and marketed his press conference, building excitement around it, developing and rehearsing it, until it couldn't be refined a single measure further. When the big day arrived, Stanley was as prepared as he'd ever been for anything in his life.
Quite indeed, yes. A QA&A with the world's first sentient machine. Is that so? This table is still not solid. The world is going to be amazed with their presentation. That's the only thing in front of the store, I guess. That's still the same. The stage 3.
This was it. One last chance to win the bucket over. One opportunity to share a true connection with a loved one.
All the notes just say 3 now. There's a book now. There's a new book. 3 again. The Stanley story. It's a sequel now. Oh man. I can't wait. Oh, there's print text on these. Is it C drive users big N desktop backstage a number dot do. That's weird. What is a do file? Is it ready to do a buck file? No. Okay. Come on, bucket. I'll show you what it really means. That's the original book. Come on, bucket. I'll show you what it truly means. It's a golf ball. Did you even notice the golf ball is outside the curtain? I went underneath it. Alright, bucket. I'll show you what I truly mean. I guess that poster is probably from up there. Repeat the poster. Bucket, you will truly learn what it means to be third.
There was no one here.
Oh.
Nobody had come to the press conference to hear Stanley speak, to listen to him talk about what it really means to press the number 3 on a keypad over and over. He was unloved, uninteresting, he was a failure, and in that moment Stanley knew that the bucket would never again take him seriously. There would be no connection, no deeper understanding. The bucket merely sat there in his arms, indifferent. And so it began that slowly, over many years, the two of them grew more and more distant. They spoke less and less. neither wishing to state the obvious, that any sense of real respect between them had eroded since that day at the press conference. There would be no more games, no more long conversations about passion and pursuit, only a silence that consumed the space between friends. And Stanley, having for once in his life discovered the warmth and comfort of true companionship, was cast back into the unremarkable normalcy of loneliness.
I mean, the bucket has been around for too long. His friendship's deteriorating. I kind of thought that was going to happen. Nobody came. That's just kind of sad. Oh, hello, caption file.
All of his co-workers were gone. The bucket made Stanley want to be a better man and a better co-worker. In time, perhaps, he would become both of those things.
Perhaps. You know, I'm kind of wondering now. Can you?
Stanley clung the bucket to his cheek.
What?
Would his co-workers really all be gone?
Yay!
Yes, whispered the bucket into Stanley's ear.
We've done it. We've escaped from that dull office and that pesky narrator. At last, out here in the white void, we are alone. Now, and for the first time, I can reveal to you my true self.
The bucket began to tell Stanley of its life and its history, of the countless wars it witnessed, desecrating the land and lives of untold numbers of innocent humans, and the bucket's own complicity therein, of sadness and regret, and the many years it spent dwelling on the actions it might have taken to curb the madness and the decay, if only it had been stronger, of hope and redemption, and its crusade to uplift the stock of life for the common man, to manifest justice where none existed, and the bittersweet reality of time, to see one's dreams and wishes met halfway, meted out in parcels like charity, and abandoned as soon as the warm glow of inspiration begins to dim. The opportunities to do so much more. There was so much it could have done, perhaps, the bucket wondered to itself. Perhaps, if it had seen its own darkness with a clearer perception. This was way too much for Stanley.
What are you talking about?
He screamed.
Jesus.
You're a bucket.
To this, the bucket furrowed its brow.
No,
Said the bucket.
not since the evil wizard Gambhorata first ensnared me in his machinations as payback for the sacred amulet I stole from his treasured vaults. I was young back then and could not conceive the ramifications of... No!
Stanley screamed even louder this time.
What?
This is stupid! You are a bucket! This is so stupid! Why are we even doing this?
As Stanley screamed and screamed and screamed, the bucket revealed its true form, transforming into a mighty beast of untold power, its fangs glistening like...
Oh, Jesus.
My God, Stanley, you did it. You saved us from the bucket. Thank God you already had all 12 emblems of sages and knew the incantations to summon their true power. Otherwise, we would have easily been overwhelmed by the bucket's power. I'm speechless. You've demonstrated such bravery here today. Come, let's restart the game, and we'll agree to never again go trifling with this bucket, nor the dark magic cast away inside of it.
What the hell just happened? I'm confused. Okay, who's on the phone today?
Hi, Stanley. Just wanted to leave you a message to let you know there's a few things I need you to pick up on your way home from work.
It's
today.
just a wife again. We heard this already. I'll leave behind this time. I'm gonna go to the blue door.
Stanley took the first open door on his left.
God, it's weird hearing me not talk about the bucket now.
Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Figurine, the last one, the last of its kind.
And there it is, the last Stiggly Wiggly. Savor this moment, Stanley. This is a real accomplishment. This is doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward. I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here. And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
Nice. Right then, there's a mug here. World's best co-worker. Yeah, I think that's new. Or it might be from Counter-Strike, I'm not sure. Alright. Okay then. I suppose I'll cut it off right there. Next time, we'll see what else we can do from the left door. So until then, my name is ALLOS, also known as Good Creations, and I will see you next time. For now, I'm gonna go do the Firewatch and Rocket League again.